if this happened in England, there would be uproar and something would be done. Doesn't matter if the stadium observers didn't hear it. You've got video evidence that there were clear monkey chants at a black player as he was about to take a penalty. And it seems that once again, Italy are turning a blind eye. Why is there not more people getting angry about this in Italy?
There are actually a lot of people getting angry about this. The problem is, it's not the right people. It's not the people who everybody talks a good game, and then when it's fans from their club, all of a sudden they get all defensive and they talk about, oh no, but you're tarring us all with the same brush. And I'm not tarring anybody. I just want you to find the people who are responsible and make sure that they don't get into the stadium again because they represent your club. There's another answer, which is a bit of a cop-out, but is the reality is that, in England, where clubs own their own stadiums, and in Italy, only 3 clubs own their own stadiums, a club can sort of preemptively and without reason go to somebody, or without having to present formal evidence, go and ban somebody. So if a club even suspects that somebody's racially abusing a player, they can simply ban them from the ground. And that's a power that clubs in Italy do not have. But that can't be an excuse not to work to go and improve and improve the situation. And it's not just racist abuse. It's some of the other abuse that you hear in England. In fact, every single week Everton and Liverpool play away, you get songs about Scousers eating rats and people making fun of them of being for being poor and having all sort of social ills. So it's a much more complex problem. That obviously hasn't been banned in England. Hopefully one day it will be. In the meantime, Italy needs to get its own house in order, focus on themselves, and not worry about what happens in other countries, but instead make it very clear that if you racially abuse in a stadium, then either you will be directly punished, and if you can't be punished immediately, then there's no football. The match ends. The players walk off. I think that's what it has to come to.
Yeah, but a player has just been racially abused. And the Italian Football Federation... Again. And the Italian Football Federation, who are the governing body of Italian football, have done nothing about it. Now, you can talk about stadium observers until the cows come home, but there's video evidence. And so if the Football Federation at the top are not going to do anything about this, then who the hell is?
I told you who. The clubs have to do. The clubs have to do this. There's been a tremendous amount of passing the buck, where they've effectively said these stadium observers, they're law enforcement.
The Italian Football Federation, Gab, supersede the clubs in decision making.
No, but they don't supersede.
Yes, they do.
Right. No, but they don't supersede the police, Craig. So basically, what they said is the most efficient way is if we get law enforcement. And we get them to act as observers, okay? That's what they've done. Maybe they're not the best people to do this, right? So they've asked them to do it, but those people do have the power to go and ban fans because they are the police, they're law enforcement. Now, these people evidently aren't doing their jobs properly, so I think the Italian FA, spurred on and in conjunction with the clubs, they have to come up with better procedures to throw these people out. I think that's the simple reality. It's not like they can just simply wave a magic wand, but they need to sit down, take this very seriously, more seriously than they have been, and say, what is the best way to deal with it?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.